Dreams inspire reality. Turn your dreams into reality. Dreams inspire reality.
Hello, dreamers. I'm so excited about today's episode because it is my 50th episode with a 50. 50! I'm so excited. Like it's been it's been a year. Like last month we hit 1 year, our 1 year anniversary, or 2 months ago, we hit our 1 year anniversary. So it's extremely great for me to get to 50 episodes. I've really wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to be consistent. That was my number one goal with launching my podcast, was to be consistent. Because I've heard bad stories, like, people get addicted to a certain podcast and then bam, that person just disappears. They no longer get any content. And so I wanted to make sure that my listeners didn't have to worry about me just ghosting. And so I've batched episode, for last year. That's how I did it this year. I haven't been able to do that as much, but this is fun. This has been fun. This has been great. I've learned so much from my guests, so much from you guys. Thank you guys for those that are subscribed. If you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do get the alerts when we release a new episode. If you haven't left a review yet, please, if you can do me a great, huge favor, because this takes a lot of time. It's really a lot of time and dedication. So please just leave us a review. Leave me a review. I would be so grateful for that review. And I'm going to actually read you some of our reviews today. But I would be so entirely grateful. And today's actually my born day too. I'm recording on my born day. It's April 21st. I'm recording on my born day. So double reason you should go give me a review. But I wanted to not only jump on today to celebrate our 50th episode with you guys, but I just wanted to talk about a few things, and what's going on with DIR, what to expect this year, and all those amazing things coming down the line. But the one thing that stuck with me for this episode was legacy. I did a Instagram live a few days ago, as I am doing a Instagram live challenge for the entire month until next month. And I go live every day at noon. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please do. Dreams Inspire Reality. So I did an Instagram live, and it started out, because I never go live. It started out me talking to myself, and then people started to join. So that was cool. So if you are in that position, don't give up. They will show up. Like, just be consistent. Just like when I launched my podcast, no one downloaded, just a few friends. And then after that, my podcast numbers grew because I was consistent, right? So it's all about consistency. So I did a live, and I was talking about legacy and how everyone that joined the live, like 4 people messaged me, and they all said the same thing, that the number one thing, they said, first of all, I was preaching too much. I was preaching on that live, but the number one thing that stuck out to them was when I made a comment and I said, we should leave, our legacy should transcend us. It should transcend our 4 walls. And I wanted to talk about that today. Of course, like everyone else that has been impacted by the recent death of the late Nipsey Hussle. like everyone else, I was too. And like everyone else, you just can't explain what it is. Like you can't pinpoint like what exactly is it? Like why, of course we know why, but it's just so heavy on a lot of people's heart. And I was introduced to him a few months back when he actually made his first cryptocurrency investment in a company abroad. And I saw that video and I was like, wow, that's dope. And I started following him a little bit. And I also started following a few other rappers like Chameleonaire. So if you're not following him as well, he's low key a genius and he's doing major things as well. Nas, of course, Jay-Z, of course. Like I've just been following these guys because you're not seeing them in mainstream anymore in terms of music and rapping and all those things, but they're out here like making major, major moves. Because if you know anything about the music business, it's not really lucrative in terms of money wise once you're in there, because most of them were getting like lack of better words, they were getting raped like in the music industry. It wasn't profitable. They were making bad deals and all those things. And so to see these guys do a complete 360 and they're investing in other business ventures that especially people of color aren't investing in, that really inspired me. And I really started taking notice of them. I really started to just listen to them and take notes because they are in the position where they can kind of, make the blueprint for us and set the level of expectation for us as entrepreneurs to, aspire to do those things and make those type of investment. And so as I reflected on his passing and I reflected on just wow, like the number one thing that stood out to me with his passing was the legacy that he left, right? Everyone is talking about him. Everybody was not just talking about, oh, he was a great rapper, but the stories were so impactful, right? When they went to his neighborhood and you had people coming up saying, oh, yeah, he used to pay my rent. Oh, yeah, he hired me because I was a felony and I couldn't get any jobs. Oh, yeah, he made sure he saved my life this time because I was about to get shot. And, like he was just so impactful all around and to so many people. That was what stood out to me. The way Lauren London talked about him, who was his wife, fiance, girlfriend, whatever you guys want to label it as. For me, it's his wife. They live together. They had a kid. Biblically, they are husband and wife. husband and wife. So when I saw how she felt about him, how she displayed her love, and just people all over the world that he impacted, that just struck a chord with me because in entrepreneurship, you hear about legacy all the time. We all say, yeah, we're working so hard to build a legacy. Yeah, my company is my legacy. I want to pass on my legacy to my kids. And it just made me pause on that word and really look into the definition of what legacy is and how am I working towards leaving a legacy. Like, what is my legacy? How is my legacy bigger than me? Right? And then if you look on just the definition of legacy, right? An amount of money or property left to someone in a will. That's just it, like the plain definition, right? And that's the plain definition, but it's really bigger than that. A gift by a will, especially of money or other personal property. It's really bigger than that. And also what stuck out was everyone was in this man's business and wanted to know, what did he leave in his will? Did he leave a will? Did he leave money for his wife? Did he leave money for his family? And of course you saw like a few GoFundMe set up and then those were taken down and it was just all over the place. And people were like, he doesn't need that because all his investment his kids are good, and then to also see people having debates after the fact to say, oh, well, he wasn't really worth $200 million. Um, People are like over evaluating that amount, and I'm gonna get into all of that. But going back to the beginning, dictionary wise, it just mentioned legacy as the amount of money or property you leave back. And I think we all focus on that aspect of legacy. We focus on what are we leaving back for our kids, or some of us think even bigger and say, I want my legacy to, be able to feed and provide for my great great grandkids, like Beyonce said in the song. Some of us say that, but most of it comes back to your legacy being something tangible that you can leave back, right? But then when you think about the greats, when you think about the greats that actually did something, their legacy transcends the property that they left. Most of them didn't even leave property, right? Most of them didn't even leave tangible things. They left who they were. Who they were transcends who they was then to inspire us today. Does that make sense? So I think your legacy has to transcend the property, the evaluation of your company, the amount of money you're going to leave in the bank. It has to transcend that. Why does it have to? Why does it have to transcend that? It has to transcend that because, say, I in my own little world say, hey, I want my legacy to just be left for my kids. And I'm going to leave all the money in the bank for Aliti and Amira, and my house, my assets, everything is going to be for them. And I pass and they decide that I don't want none of this. I want to do my own thing. I don't want my mom's money. I don't want nothing that she did. I want to be independent and do all on my own. I want to wash my hand of everything that she did. What am I going to do now? Now that I'm dead, like, what am I going to do now? Right? Because those are physical things, and my kids could deny those physical things. Or whoever I decide to leave those things for, they can deny it. So what legacy is there after me? What is there after me? Who did I inspire? Who did I help? Who did I assist in building their legacy, or who did I help in their time of need? Who can recant a story that Tara impacted my life? And I'm just giving examples, right? Like who can recant those stories? That, like, for example, Nipsey had that people were saying, hey, he did this for me. Like, it's never going to be the same. Like, he was trying to buy the block. He was trying to just, build up the community back. He was the first person to do such and such with his store, use technology in his store. Like, he was doing a lot. And I hope that what he was doing inspires us beyond just like everybody just saying, oh, he's so inspiring. Oh my God, he did so well. Like, what are you actually doing today? Now that you saw the legacy that he actually left, what are you doing today to pass on to tomorrow? What are you doing to like improve your business? Like, what are you doing to improve someone else's life? And that's what I mean when I say your legacy should transcend your four walls. It should transcend you, because too often, and this is a conversation I had with someone, and they were like, sometimes your heart is so big that you want to help everyone when everyone is just trying to help their family, the first immediate people to them. And that hit me because I'm built like God made me like that. Like, I don't think I could redesign my heart or the way my brain thinks and all those things. It will just make me cold, and then it will just make me change who I am. But when they said that, it rang out to me because I know it's true. I know it's true, and I can't change how people are. I can't change how people think. And even though a lot of people will say that they do so much for others or they are for others, it's not proven in society today. We don't really see it in society today where people do for others willingly without wanting anything back. It's always, I need something back. I'm doing something for you. What are you doing for me? And so, in saying that, I think a part of my life was me challenging everyone listening to make sure you're working on your legacy to transcend just your family. Like, yes, your family is the first priority. That's it. Like, your kids should be well taken care of. Your parents, like, we all aspire to buy our, say, our moms or our dads or our parents a home so they don't have to work anymore, or, retiring them so they don't have to work anymore, making sure that we're working so our kids don't have to work anymore. We just want to make sure everybody's good, right? But who else are you impacting beyond your little world, beyond your four walls? Who else are you impacting? And it's so important to know that your impact doesn't have to be you giving millions of dollars. Your impact doesn't have to be you giving money. It doesn't have to involve money at all. It could just be you giving your time, you giving your resource, you just taking that one person under your wing and helping them with wanting nothing in return. And this also doesn't matter what stage you are, because I know even we just started our Pick My Brain challenge in my Facebook group. So if you're not a part of our Facebook group, definitely join. It's Dreams Inspire Reality. We just started a Pick My Brain challenge. And essentially, my idea around that was I wanted the entire community to be able to give willingly to each other, where there's no, I don't have to DM you separately or whatever, or feel uncomfortable asking a question. So every day for the Pick My Brain challenge, we give a question and we have everybody participate by answering. So it could be something as simple as, what is your favorite tool? And I think that was one of my favorite questions because it was so simple. Yet when everyone answered that question, it was different. Like you have like 5 people answering the same thing, but most people were using a different tool. And then people started conversing and saying, oh, I didn't know that existed. Or how much is that? Oh, maybe I should switch because that one is cheaper than my current plan. And my current plan doesn't even offer that. My current app that I'm using doesn't offer that. And so it opens conversation to help each other in a tangible way where you can make changes right then and there, and you can give your feedback on a product or service and say, you know what, it didn't work, or yeah, it worked for me for this period, but then I had to switch over. And it's not in a competitive way either, because what I find too is most of us are in different industry. And so when you're in a different industry, really there is no competition. So you're really able to help someone else out with the resource that you're given. And for me, that part of the challenge has just been amazing because every question we pose, whether it's what's your favorite book, just to see what people are reading. And you may not have heard about a specific book, and now you're like, oh, that's on my radar now because such and such mentioned it, and I want to check that book out. Or what's your favorite business movie? It's like simple questions, but we're able to all like answer and give a different perspective. And I'm not saying, and then another reason I started a challenge as well was the Pick My Brain. The word, the phrase "pick my brain" has a bad ring to it in entrepreneurship, entrepreneur space, where no one wants their brain to be picked. They want to be paid. So there's also memes going around like, yeah, you can pick my brain, but you got to pay this invoice or something like that. And that's fine, because don't get me wrong, my first part of the challenge was saying that rightfully so, you have to, if you want expert advice from someone that offers a specific skill or talent, then you have to pay them for their time, because essentially they are using your time to do whatever it is that you want them to do. Or if it's a question where okay, they really have to stop what they're doing and dedicate like at least half an hour to 45 minutes or whatever it is to break down the question you're asking, then yes, you have to pay them for their time and their service. And that's rightfully so. But at the same time, as we're going through this journey, no matter what level you're on, you're always going to need something. You're always going to ask a question. And when I started, Google was my best friend. Like, I didn't have any advisor. I didn't have any mentor to go to. I didn't have any entrepreneur friends to go to. Google was my best friend. And so, yes, I could see how some people will be annoyed that you wouldn't even search first before you ask them a question. And for some people, that's a big turnoff because it just shows laziness, right? You didn't even take the time out to go research. But maybe if you approach the question differently that you're asking, and you say, you know what, I searched for such and such, but do you have a better resource because you've done it before? And if you feel, if you don't feel comfortable in answering me, then no hard feelings. Maybe start off the sentence like that or the questions like that. And another thing too, if you're picking somebody's brain, don't feel privileged to the answer, because I think I've seen people who've approached it that way, and it's not that the person you're asking doesn't want to help. It's just that you came in so privileged to wanting the answer, and the way you came in was rude, plain and simple. I've had people hit me up in my inbox, and I'm Caribbean, so manners is just so crucial. And they've never met me before. They don't know me from Adam or Eve. And they don't even say good morning, good evening. Like, they'll just be like, hey, what is your factory? And I'm just like, who be you? Like, not even who are you? Who be you? Like, who are you? Like, so I get it. Like, it's just rude. Like, you can't expect someone, that in a factory takes a lot of time. And essentially, these people, when they ask these questions, they've never talked to you. Even when they see your stuff, they've never say congratulations. They've never acknowledged that what you're doing is great. And so for you to just show up to the person and just say, hey, where did you get this? Then that's rude. I've given people information like that before, but because the way they've approached me. So I have no problem giving that stuff out. Don't start inboxing me. But it's your approach. It's definitely your approach. So that's why I started a challenge, because I feel, let me circle back around. I feel that we can all give back no matter what level we're on. And so even when I started challenge, someone did make a comment. They were like, hey, I don't know how much I could give because I'm just starting off, but I'll be watching the challenge. And I had to let them know, like, yes, you can give back. Like, don't talk about you're watching the challenge and just come in and take everything that's being put on the table. You can give back too, because always remember, no matter where you are in your journey, there's somebody along with you or in front of you or behind you, right? So if you're just starting off, there might be somebody just starting off too. So the resources that you can share today, I may not be able to share because I started 5 years ago. And so what I used 5 years ago may be different from what is current in the marketplace today that may be even more helpful. So definitely share no matter what stage you're in your business. Like, if there's a new tool or whatever it is, like, find somebody else that you can mentor too that you see struggling. Like, we all want to have mentors and all these things, but you're not even giving back yourself. You're not even reaching back, but you just want help. And so I challenge you that for your legacy, just transcend that beyond your four walls. Make sure no matter where you are in your entrepreneur journey that you're giving back. you're giving back. I challenge you, and don't look at it as monetary. It doesn't have to be monetary. Giving back could be you see a sister online that you admire, or a brother that you admire in their journey, and you just reach out to them like, hey, I see what you're doing. I admire it. Anything you need, let me know. I see what you're doing. Keep doing your thing. I see you, sister. Like, that's another thing too. We don't acknowledge each other. We don't give each other credit. Those things are important, you know. Those things are important. Not that people should need validation from other people, but when you do it, it's a beautiful thing. So I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to reach out to 5 people this month, this week, today, and let them know what impact they have on you. If it's someone you're watching virtually and they are, like how you guys always say, they're a mentor in your head, let them know. Like, hey, you've been so impactful for me. The things that you're doing, I want to do one day, or the things that you're doing is just giving me a roadmap. It's giving me a blueprint to what I need to do. And I am so grateful for you just showing up every day. Let someone know that. I promise you, like, those little things, it will just change someone's, even if that person was having a bad day, you might just brighten up their day. Like, it makes a huge difference. Like, I got an email like that last week where someone replied back to one of our emails and they were just like, I've been so busy, but I just want you to know that you inspire me. That's it. That's it. You inspire me. That's it. I dare you, I challenge you to do that to 5 people that inspire you, that you know is working on leaving a legacy, and their legacy is affecting you today. Don't wait till they pass. Don't wait till they're gone. Say, give them flowers while they're here. So I challenge you to do that, because in this journey, in this entrepreneurship journey, it's hard. It's hard. It's challenging. There's days that we want to quit. There's days that we just like, we're not inspired to do anything. We don't have any creativity in our bones. Like, we're just out of it. There's days that people will challenge you. There's days that people will do horrible things to you and you just can't say anything because it's Brandon. And there's just days that your integrity is challenged. But I challenge you to, as you're going on this journey, five people, and even if it's 5 people every month, 5 people every week, that you just reach out to and just say, hey, you're doing great, bro. You're doing great, sis. Just let them know. I really challenge you to do that. And it's not on, they don't have to be on a level where, because they're, you know, they have a lot of eyeballs on them. It could be your regular sister that you see every day on Facebook, every day on Instagram showing up. Those people need to hear it more. They need to hear it more because they are going through it with you. So definitely, I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to start working on your legacy. I challenge you to start making sure your legacy transcends your 4 walls, your home, your community. Like, we have social media. Make sure your legacy is spreading across the globe. So I challenge you to do that. And nothing. That's it. Be great. Dream big. Execute hard. I love y'all. Y'all have been amazing. Like, I really appreciate all those reposts. I appreciate you guys sharing the podcast with your friends and with your other entrepreneur friends. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the kind messages. I just appreciate y'all. And I'm grateful that we got to episode 50 because it's been long, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I have some amazing things coming your way because my legacy will transcend my 4 walls for sure. Bye.
Are you looking to diversify your sales channels? Well, look no further. Dreams Inspire Reality Consulting can help you from step to step to launch and grow your brand on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, the top e-commerce platforms in the world. Your ideal customers are searching for you everywhere but your website. Stop making it hard for them. Let us help you diversify your sales channels. Visit us at www.dreamsinspirereality.com to schedule a consultation.